That is a fine question. I should know.
Let me look at the pairings. We already know what Torto's playing. Torto's playing Orzhov. So let's look at that. Okay, so Qbek's playing Mono Black Control.
Yeah, Mono Black Control. Okay, awesome. Let's strap in. Let's do this thing. Hive of the Eye Tyrant into Shambling Gasp with an Infernal Grasp and a Meat Hook Massacre up. Nothing wrong with that.
Got some removal. No ramp.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Deadly Dispute is nowhere to be found, but that's okay. Gonna make those land drops. I'm definitely gonna make those land drops. So Curse-Bound Witch is not something you want to be hitting with an Infernal Grasp if you can help it.
I'm actually I don't want you to stay here. I'm gonna go look at Torto's side.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Nice.
Different perspectives.
Different perspectives. All right, sounds good. All right. So the Shambling Gas has an opportunity to kill the Curse-Bound Witch here, but they choose instead to create a treasure token. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, got to ramp out.
You got to ramp out. Yep.
And you don't know what the other person has in hand, so maybe they might go for the -1/-1, and Torto would have like a Deadly Dispute in hand or something like that. You know, where
Right,
like
that
a
would-
value entry where you just lose your creature and I get value.
That would definitely be a bummer. No question about it. Speaking of, there's that Deadly Dispute. Deadly Dispute on Qbek's end step.
I love this Orzhov list. I really should have picked this Orzhov list as my horse.
Oh yeah.
It's just
pretty darn cool.
It's super fun to play, and like there's so many value engines. Like every card is like valued somewhere.
For sure. No, that's fantastic. All right. And this is top 8 action. This is the first match of top 8 that we're getting to witness here. All right. All right. So Soren the Mirthless is coming down. But yeah, to your point, I mean, we got Soren, we got Wedding Announcement. These are just value engines. There's Meat Hook Massacre in
everything
there.
is like I can draw, you can put a body on board. Even like just knowing what's on the top of your library, it's like, okay, I can afford to take this life.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
No, that card there.
And all the land, and there is Blood on the Snow, which can notably hit only Planeswalkers. So Blood on the Snow can deal with Soren. The Meat Hook Massacre for 3, get rid of the board.
But do you really want to get rid of like board wipe just to get rid of Soren?
That's a fair question.
Yeah, do you really want to do that?
Well, the other option is to use the Hive of the Eye Tyrant because they only have one blocker back and swing at Soren with that.
Yeah, you just swing. Yeah.
Yeah, save all your cards.
I mean, both of you are basically control-less.
Absolutely. All right, so yeah, the Hive of the Eye Tyrant doing its work. Saying farewell to Soren. Another Wedding Announcement. Man, Torto just has those in spades. I know there are only 4 in the deck, but my goodness. They managed
and the thing
to draw
is, too, everything's
constantly.
getting +1/+1 right now, and we're drawing.
Ooh. The value.
Like everything in this deck is just so much value. And then it forces you, like, yeah, you have to board wipe here or I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, there's just, what are you going to do?
Okay, so you see, I can see what Torto has.
Yes. Yeah, you can see. I cannot. Yeah.
And their hand is El Gasolino.
I believe it. Meanwhile, Qbek has some good stuff in hand, but I don't know that it's knowing the deck composition. This is not necessarily where Qbek wants to be. They've also been drawing a lot of lands.
Yeah.
They have drawn a number of lands.
Bloodcaster. Yeah, it's got to start putting out some bodies to block.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, Torto has the advantage on board
get
right
rid
now.
of the blood token here for damage. I think I almost would have sacrificed the Ghast to put the -1/-1 counter onto the caster.
Oh, the Bloodcaster, get a con. Yeah.
But I get it. Creatures on board.
So you suck a Connoisseur. Now, Qbek only has one target in hand that's viable. It's that Infernal Grasp, which is coming down to get rid of the Blood Artist, which I think is a fine choice. Because that Blood Artist is going to hit you for way more than 2 damage. So, throughout the course of this game.
Way more than what you think. Yeah,
way
exactly.
More.
Yeah.
So when you have an opportunity to kill it and lose 2 life, all right, sure. Definitely worth it. Connoisseur hits the land. Oh, I forgot the Connoisseur could actually hit lands. I thought it was non-land cards only. Wow.
Yeah, no, it just gets the greatest value card. So if you have only lands in hand, then it's gonna grab your lands.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good card.
So both blocks here. You're gonna put a card in hand, create a treasure.
A lot of meter triggers.
You're gonna get the draw off Wedding Announcement, and everything's gonna get +1/+1.
Ooh. So the Curse-Bound Witch draw that Qbek gets, I mean, the Bloodhunter Bat is definitely the best option. It was not good. Yeah, they're going to immediately chuck it to a blood token. Ooh, you hate to see it. Drew into a swamp. Ouch.
Oh.
Yeah, so Torto has the advantage on board and the advantage in hand.
Oh, I love Concealing Curtains. I think that card is so underused.
For a long time, I thought that card was just a junk rare until we had that conversation. You really, you brought me around to it.
Yeah, it's such a good card.
Yeah, now
it's just one of those it's one of those cards that just yeah. Qbek sees the writing on the wall, says, "Might as well let me save some time."
Yep, might as well save some time. All right, bringing in Duress, excellent. That makes good sense. Duress, and I believe that Go Blank.
Yeah, because if you really look at Torto's list doesn't run much creatures. For creatures, all they're really running is Cursebound, Shambling Ghast, Edgar, and the Connoisseur, and one of Legion Angel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really, they're only running 5, 9, 12 creatures in the deck.
Okay.
All their creatures come from Wedding Announcement, the Brush.
Yeah, Sanguine Brushstroke and Sorin. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so pulling in Go Blank and Duress, I think were absolutely key additions. Yeah, this is going to be a much better game than the first, because it looks like Qbek's list was definitely geared towards more of an aggro matchup than a control matchup.
Deal with the creature, or just beach phase, deal with creatures.
Yeah, so post board.
Yeah, this one's going to be, I'm going to attack your hand now.
Exactly. Yep. So it switched from worrying about killing your board to killing your hand. So this is going to be I think this is going to be a much more balanced game. It'll be interesting to see what happens. The Multi 6, you don't love to see it, but it's got to happen sometimes.
You hate to see it, but you got to mulligan. And that's the one thing too, is that's another thing about Magic too, is knowing when to mulligan.
Oh, yeah.
Knowing what to mulligan for. I'm really bad at it. I know that, it's you need these cards in order to win. But like, how far do you mulligan down? Like, are you mulligan down for 4? Are you mulligan down to 5? Like, even if like you mulligan down to 6 and it's not your ideal hand, are you mulligan again?
Right. And in most situations, I don't. I've had a number of times where it's like, where I look at my first 7, it's like, okay, I can't keep a 2-land hand in this deck, just for example. You know, so like, all right, I know that. So I'm going to mulligan. And then I see the 6th and it's a 2-lander. And it's like, well,
here we are.
I guess I'm keeping this one. You know, it's like, I'm not happy about it, but yeah. Yeah, and so I have found, for me, when it comes to mulligans, which I'm bad at it too. I will definitely 100% own that I do not mulligan as well as I could, or certainly as well as I should. But one of the things that I find myself thinking is, if I'm looking at a hand and I'm finding reasons to keep it, I should probably ship it. Like, if I'm looking at it and it's like, well, as long as I draw such and such, I'm going to be fine. If I have that thought, it's like, well, then you're going to need to draw this.
Yeah.
So how likely are you to draw that? If it's like, okay, if we draw a 4th land, all right, that's probably fine. I was like, well, if we draw a board wipe in the first 2 turns, it'll probably be okay. Like, you're probably going to, like, you know, okay, if we draw this combo piece, or if I draw these 3 cards, then I'll be okay. Then you should probably mull. That's a long way of saying mull more often than you think you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never liked the fact that you can hover over your cards and you can know what your opponent is looking at.
Oh yeah, you don't like that?
No, because like it kind of gives away what's in your hand. So like that play there with the Shamling Gas Dispute, like that gives it away. There's like you see them looking at their gas. You're like, okay, that's a dispute.
Right.
Like it gives away knowledge already, like, you know, not known, by showing like that they're looking over the cards.
Well, but in paper, you get to see that type of interaction. You know, you get to see where they're looking. You get to read those cues. If they ask you like what a particular card does, like, or they're like, "Oh, can I see that for a sec?" You know, like we've all had those moments at the table.
Yeah.
And so I think that's kind of the digital equivalent of that. Is so I don't know. Personally, I don't mind it, but I see what you're saying.
Brushstroke here, which is actually sweet because that makes Blood Artist a 1/2.
Yep, because Blood Artist is a vampire, notably.
Do you block here? Yeah.
Yeah, and Edgar is pretty.
Take the block, and then you don't lose. They don't get the coffin.
Yep, very nice. Yeah, I do have to agree with your assessment earlier that this list that Torto's running is pretty sweet. Like it's definitely
pretty sweet.
Qbek's mono black deck is definitely no slouch either, but it is fun to see this kind of Orzhov Value Town situation pop off. It's kind of nice.
Like I find it so weird that you're like, you know, you're kind of playing a list that doesn't run any creatures, and you're kind of like just playing your kind of game. Like you're kind of just like, you know, I win.
Right. It certainly feels that way sometimes. Yeah. Well, and the crazy thing is, it runs very few creatures and it wins with creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not something you see very often.
Eaten alive, gonna deal with Edgar.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably what's gonna happen here. And draw a card off Curse-Bound Witch. I think that could be a pretty good swing. Gets that Blood Artist back down to a 0/1. And Edgar exiles, so it's gone forever.
Which is
Eaten alive,
really good.
Casual exile effect at common. Yeah. It's pretty strong.
For 1 mana.
For 1 mana. Yeah, exactly. And sacrifice a creature, which is what you were going to do anyway.
Oh.
See, does Torto have a Deadly Dispute or something of that nature?
Deadly Dispute?
Oh,
yes, so good.
Boom. That is exactly what they needed there. Because now they have the Coffin online, which is going to be producing vampires over and over again.
And you get the draw, and you also created a treasure.
Yep, and they're going to get Eddie back. Yeah, all good stuff. Ouch. That Deadly Dispute was key. Yeah, that Deadly Dispute was absolutely key.
And you're already like a basically like an Anthem deck too with Wedding Announcement. So you have essentially you have 6 lords in your deck because you have Edgar who buffs your vampires, but then you also have Wedding Announcement who buffs the team.
Yes, absolutely. I'm about to say I'm going to pull that list up real quick because I think there's
Missing these land drops for Lolth and for Blood in the Snow has been rough. Do you exploit itself so you can hit your land drop? Oh, trigger on the stack, you don't get the draw.
Oh no!
Oh, brutal.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Brutal.
Ooh.
These are some friggin' 5-head plays.
Absolutely. I did not. So going into this match, I knew we were going up against, I knew it was like a mid-range versus control situation. I was not expecting such epic stack battles with no blue mana to be seen.
No blue mana to be seen. And these stack battles have been insane. And there's the Wedding Announcement. Land, but it comes in tapped. Oh, then Edgar goes off. Edgar goes off, creating you're going to create a token and you're going to pump them. Then Wedding Announcement is going to give you a card probably, because I'm assuming you're going to be swinging in here.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption.
You can Wolf next turn. You're hoping for a land so that you can Blood on the Snow.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then, man, this is right over. This Orzhov list is so good.
Yeah, it's doing some stuff here, no question about it.
Yeah, and now you can't board wipe. You just can't board wipe. Yeah, because you have Blood Artist.
Oh,
you just gotta throw the game.
This is a concession. Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Oh, that hurts. Ouch. Yeah, so what was going to happen there was Blood Artist was going to trigger, and for every creature that died, Qbek was going to lose 1 life. Yeah, Torto ran away with that one. My goodness.
All right, we have another match.
Excellent. Excellent.
Table 6.
Table 6. All right. And this is my horse, if I'm not mistaken.
This is your horse.
All right,
GRV. They're up a game.
The perspective that we're watching here, Boros Dragons running Roiling Vortex. Oh, Be Still My Heart. I'm so glad to see that card in the mix.
Man, Rolling Vortex is really good. So I like Rolling Vortex because of I started running it in any list I was running red for like the Izzet matchup because they copy their spells and you can do 5 damage to their face because they don't spend mana on them copying the spell.
That's awesome. And people forget that Rolling Vortex does that. Like,
yeah,
it's one of those effects. I don't know. I've definitely forgotten about that. Yeah, it feels bad. It feels real bad when you get hit with that. It's like, oh, it was right there. It was on the field this whole time, and I just walked right into it. Yeah.
Feels bad when you can't even swing.
Yeah, you put 10 hasty damage in the air and you can't use it. Yep. Feels bad.
I mean, you probably could have swung with Goldspan because you would have had Fearsome Whelp.
Right. Ouch, that Infernal Grasp hurts. That's a heck of a card. Can we all acknowledge Infernal Grasp? Pretty good.
Infernal Grasp is real good.
Yeah, I feel like when that one got spoiled, everyone was like, "Oh my goodness, this changes everything." And then now people are just like, "Yeah, it's good removal. It's good."
Yeah, it's good removal.
I'm like, I think it's
not as good as Heartless Act. Man, you get salty with Heartless Act.
Yeah, Heartless Act is nuts. So, oh my goodness. So True Tell Tim, the Esper Clerics player, definitely bringing it home here.
Missing land drops. I think we need to go to game 3 here. There, Ham.
That's what it's looking like. That is certainly what it's looking like. Yep.
Yep.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, Orb of Dragonkind can draw you something, I guess, but You're only gonna have one white mana to cast it. I can't think of anything in this deck that's gonna get you there. Yeah. I can appreciate wanting to find it out. I can appreciate wanting to hold on and find it out. But yeah, I don't think there was anything there. I see that Velomach is lower holding in the sideboard as well. Love it. Absolutely love it. That alongside Divine Purge is brutal. Yeah, being able to free spin into a Divine Purge, that's nasty stuff.
With Velomachus on board.
Right. Yeah. Phenomenal. Like, absolutely phenomenal. No, I'm a big fan of Velomachus plus board wipes. Like,
yeah.
it's
I think
it's
like this Velomachus is such a good card, especially if you can cheat it out like by getting the Fearsome Whelp cheap tax onto it.
Yep.
But being able to hit off Divine Purge. Divine Purge is such a good card.
Yeah, it's crazy strong. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not a huge fan of Divine Purge. I don't love that card because it tends to just slow the game down to just a glacial pace. But in a deck like this, where the goal is to deliver that killing blow as fast as possible, or at least like within a reasonable amount of time, the Boros Dragons deck that runs Divine Purge, I enjoy far more than the Azorius Divine Purge deck. That's all about just stopping you from playing the game. And it doesn't necessarily win. It's just designed to stop you from playing the game. I find that frustrating, but that's just my opinion on that. All right, so we have Fearsome Whelp, Orb of Dragonkind, and the Adult Gold Dragon in hand. Now, ideally, with the Fearsome Whelp, you want more dragons than that in the opening hand, but at the same time, you can do a lot worse. So, nothing wrong with that.
Not a bad land. I think I would have kept that land.
Yeah, I can appreciate that.
I would have kept the land because it's an untapped land. It's a good like man land.
Yeah. Adult Gold Dragon now costs 4. That's pretty great.
Kill the Whelp.
Naturally.
Whelp's already done its due diligence.
Absolutely. Now, at this point, the orb is a nice to have, but it's not that important because you're going to be able to have Adult Gold Dragon next turn regardless.
Yeah, so I think I would land Orb, and I think Orb's only 1 mana to sacrifice it, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I would just do Orb and then sack it. Look for something on top.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
It uses all your mana. I mean, you have Dragonfire open, but I mean, like, what are you really worried about right now?
A Righteous Valkyrie coming down from their side, being able to Dragon's Fire that at instant speed could be really could be nice.
Yeah.
So I think throwing the Forsaken Crossroads, scrying with it, and leaving the mana up is another fine option. Looks like they're going with the Orb. I choose to leave it up for now.
Can you do it instant speed?
I believe you can, yes. Yes, the Orb of Dragonkind, you can crack an instant speed, so they might still do that.
Yeah, so I think you do that at the end of turn, because that way, like, it avoids your go blank and all that stuff. Yeah. What? No?
I think that was a misclick.
Yeah, misclick. Z. There you go.
Yep, excellent. Good deal. Townraiser Tyrant, that's a card. The only hit that was available, but when your opponent only has 2 lands, that's exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see. Let me. Yeah.
Tim, no. Tim flashing the good game already. Ouch. I mean, Mana Screw's real. It's part of the game. And that's exactly what we might be seeing here.
Oh, looks like they didn't find another land. I don't think they found a land. No. Ooh. So the Adult Dragon here is going to be quite brutal.
Absolutely.
Don't need the stance.
Yeah, I think stance is the bottom. Yep.
But the dragon avoids Vanishing Verse, it avoids Valorous Stance.
Oh my goodness, that's true. I didn't even realize, I didn't appreciate, let me put it that way, that its 3 toughness is actually an upside against white. Yeah, 2 Dragon's Fires are back.
That's
Just
good game. They
chilling.
missed another land drop. Yeah, that's good game.
Ouch. Yeah, that's
Makes
brutal.
you wonder what Too Tall had in their hand.
It had to be good. There had to be
Like
some phenomenal
they
stuff.
probably had to have absolute gas in hand.
Another stance. Didn't they just throw that on the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for real this time. Okay. All right, Moonvale region is now live and online.
Now, if there's no land here, then it's GG's.
There's a land, but it comes to
Tap
the plate
land.
tapped.
Oh.
Ouch. Oh, that was brutal.
Oh, what a way to go out. What a way to go.
I mean,
sorry there, Too Tall. I mean, it happens, you know?
brutal.
It happens. It always feels bad when it happens.
It's part of the game. It's part of the game we love. Those Dragons versus Control this round. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Your list versus Orzhov.
Yeah, Boros Dragons versus Orzhov Control, and then the other game that we've got is Mono Black Tempo versus Gruul Dragons. All right, sweet. So never mind, the finals could be anything. Yeah. It's all still up in the air. Anything but clerics, apparently, unfortunately, for
anything but clerics. All the clerics, they all lost.
Yeah, the cleric decks came in hot. Looked really strong.
Came in hot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the cleric decks were in it to win it for sure. And yeah, we're very strong, but weren't quite able to hold on into the top 4. All right. It looks like this game is going to be underway here in just a moment. Excellent. All right. So naturally, I'm rooting for the Boros Dragons here. I can't help it. It's just...
I mean, you kind of have to, right?
I kind of have to, exactly. That said, I mean, this Orzhov list is sweet. So we're in for a good game regardless. No matter how this turns out. Like, let's be honest, the real winners are all of us who get to enjoy and watch this and, you know, sit back, relax, and have a good time with this matchup.
No, I'm the winner.
Fair enough.
I'm the winner. I win.
I don't know how to respond. Yeah, you got it.
That's not right, Mel. I mean, you're oh man, that's rough.
It's not a great hand.
It's like good, but it's not good. You know.
It's almost good. It's so close to being good, but it's not quite there. Yeah. But Torto's going to choose to keep it. Letting one brushstroke go. Because those deadly disputes can get you out of a lot of jams if you draw into something you can sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
So I can appreciate that. We're a Cursebound Witch or a Shambling Guest away from being just fine. Yeah, and huge thank you to our competitors for sharing their screens. We do appreciate that very, very much. All right.
Draw land, so we will have the brushstroke on 3, which is good.
Yep, nothing wrong with that. For some whelp with no removal in hand. Oh, yep. That's scary stuff.
And you're gonna get 2 make things cheaper twice. Oh,
yeah, they're gonna get 2 hits off it. That's not good. Wow. All right. So, yep, Fearsome Whelp is going to get in for 1 damage in the air. Town Razor Tyrant on 3. Ooh, that hurts. Going after the white Manosaurus. I mean, you can't afford to sacrifice this at this point. As much as you might want to, just to not take that damage. Swamp, excellent. With the Town Razor Tyrant on the other side of the field, that's actually not a bad draw at all. I mean, a Plains would have been preferable, but what you going to do?
Sacrifice the blood token.
Yeah, the Deadly Dispute blood token with Sanguine Breaststroke is such a good combo.
Draw 2. We draw 2 lands.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Exactly. Deadly Disputing the Blood Artist. Interesting choice. Okay. All right. So the Fearsome Whelp, definitely here. Town Razor Tyrant, no surprise. Very powerful card. Now, GRV does hit the 4th land. All right. This could mean any number of things. And I bet at this point they're just deciding which dragon to cast because I'm sure they have multiples in hand. They might be sitting on Adult Gold Dragon, Goldspan Dragon. And because the Fearsome Whelp has just been ticking away here this whole time. Perhaps not. Unless they have post-combat Fearsome Whelp. Okay.
I think I would. Honestly, I think I would have cracked the orb there to put a dragon in my hand so that I would make it cheaper for next turn.
Yeah, for sure. That would have made sense. Assuming they're going to crack the orb, unless they're counting on the ramp for it.
Yeah, but I don't think you really need ramp when you got
the Whelp online.
When you get the Whelp online, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
It's online. We're not drawing any removal. It's kind of rough for Torto, but we found the land.
Okay.
There's good removal. That's a good board wipe. And you have the mana to 1/2. Oh, you can only do it on 3.
No, once they hit their land drop, they.
You can only do it for 3, so you might also just do it for 1 to get rid of the Whelp. Like, so do you go ahead and cast out your Ghast and your Witch and then Massacre for 1?
That's not a bad idea. The Witch isn't going to die if you do that.
We don't need the Witch to die.
Right.
Not right now, anyways.
Right. So now they crack the orb. Yeah, they could have timed that differently.
Yeah, see, I would have done that at the end of the time. Yeah, see, like you would have a cheaper.
That Goldspan could have been 4, yeah. Yeah. But they have the mana to cast it anyway.
Yeah, you found the mana. Coming over with 9.
Yeah, it's a good hit. Yeah, that meat hook is going to come in handy. No question about it. Okay. So the Town Razor Tyrant, yeah, force them to sack the land.
Man, oh man, yeah, this is this Boros list is running over.
Yeah.
Do we have 4 mana? We do have 4 mana, so we can board wipe here.
Yeah, we got to tap out to do it, but it's all you got, so you got to take it. And that's it. So they're going to get a ton of Mito triggers. Going to create another treasure token off the Shambling Ghast.
Gain some life.
Draw a card. Ooh, those are not particularly good. So yeah,
you just put the familiar.
Yeah, yeah, familiar or unwilling ingredient. The frogs were definitely the best option there. Expanded anatomy wasn't really going to do much for you.
Just keep the treasure online. There's no point in wasting the treasure here.
Especially when you're sitting on another meat hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, that treasure could really come in handy. And this is all game 1, folks.
This is game 1, and this is where I think it's gonna be rough. Because now you have a man land that's just on you put you on 3 turn clock.
Right.
And you have no way of gaining life here, unless something dies, obviously.
Right. Ooh. All right, so there's another Fearsome Whelp in hand, but at least it's a Fearsome Whelp and not some...
It's a Whelp and not
the Inferno of Star Mounts or Goldspan, exactly. Yeah, Whelp is good here, but I mean, you just got to keep the beatdown going with the cave at this point, right? Unless the Boros player is sitting with other dragons in hand that could be useful here. All right, Whelp is coming out. 1 drop, 1/1 flyer. Not bad. You could do a lot worse than that. Orbit Dragonkind. And again, chose not to crack the orb on their post-combat main phase. So Torto has some choices here. You're going to choose to sacrifice Slayer's Bounty, effectively draw 2 cards here. One of which is going to be some form of probably removal from the Slayer's Bounty library. Ooh, Seal Away, Luminous Bonds, Bound in Gold. There's some options there. I'm thinking Seal Away. Looks like Torto's thinking Seal Away as well. Draw to a land. You could do a lot worse than that, especially against it on a Meat Hook Massacre. Play out the Cursebound Witch. Yeah, so in this matchup...
Seal Away is good here, too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Seal Away can do a lot of good stuff.
Again, I don't know why you did an orb at the end of your turn.
Yeah, and the post-combat main phase is definitely the time to do that with the Whelp online.
Like, I get it. You have to, you're doing things, but I think this thing, especially when you have Whelp online.
Well, and even if they have a Dragon's Fire in hand, they still would have had the mana up. Or I'm just assuming, what else would you keep the mana for? I gotta say though, this Boros Dragons list is it's pretty strong. Yeah, they're gonna have the Goldspan, which the Seal Away is primed and ready for. And also, everybody be warned, the Seal Away animation when it triggers is a little bright. So, heads up on that. All right. The Boros player is holding priority here. Are they sitting on a Dragonfire and wondering if they should use it? I mean, I think Dragonfiring the Blood Artist is not a bad idea. Yeah. You could do a lot worse than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can Seal Away gets Dragon, right? Can get the Goldspan?
Because it taps. Yeah. Yeah, Seal Away, when it enters the battlefield, exile target tapped creature and opponent controls. Yeah, so it can't touch creatures with Vigilance, but it can touch Goldspan. And notably, yeah, it's a little bright. It's funny, I say this as though I don't have a lamp blasting into my face this whole time. But so Seal Away, notably, if this had not been Alchemy, which of course it is, that actually still would not have put a treasure token on the Goldspan Dragon because it's a triggered ability, not a spell. So just fun fact there. But even though with the Alchemy version, it doesn't create the treasure token when targeted anyway. So here we are. I mean, at this point you play out Edgar, right?
Yeah. You're smacking down Edgar.
Oblivion sacrificing the blood token. Get those sweet Sanguine Brushstroke triggers. All right, so the Boros Dragons came to play early. However, the Slayer's Bounty with the Seal Away has really done a number.
Torto's list, man. It has that grind, that value.
Absolutely.
Like even here, like you have 1, 2, what's that? 6, 9 damage on the crackback.
Wow. 9 damage on the crackback, and your choice of removal to get rid of the Goldspan Dragon. You're gonna have to throw another Meat Hook or Rites of Oblivion.
Oh my
Fury!
goodness! No
Whoa!
way!
Oh no!
They go to 1. They go
Because
to 1 because of
they
Meat
gain
Hook.
life off the Meat Hook Massacre. Oh my goodness.
Okay, but we're still fine though because we have the Dragon Land. I was not expecting a Fury.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either. Didn't. Yeah, talk about things I did not see coming. Yeah, Kazul's Fury, if it wasn't for that Meat Hook Massacre, would have been lethal.
Nothing in hand to stop the dragon coming from over top. They have to gain life here. There's no way. You'd have to wipe your board here. You'd have to gain 3 life, which is you'd have to wipe your board.
No, actually, that wouldn't gain life because it would.
Oh no, it does damage. Gain life against.
Yeah, you gain life when your opponent's creature dies. Yeah. Yeah, notably, so you might be thinking, wait a minute, isn't Rite of Oblivion just sitting right there? The problem with Rite of Oblivion, it says exile target non-land permanent. So the Cave of Frost Dragon swinging in, Rite of Oblivion can't touch it. Oh, had they thrown the wedding announcement first, they would. Oh no, they do still get to draw. Okay. But yeah, Cave of the Frost Dragon is going to be able to close it out. 3 damage in the air, that'll do. That'll do it. Wow, that was a close game, but the Boros Dragon list was able to pull it out. See, so Lolth is coming in.
Yeah, you need those. You need those reachers.
Yep. No, the reach blockers are definitely important. At this point, do you pull Path of Peril in specifically for the Whelp?
No.
Okay.
At 3 mana, the Whelp has already done its job.
True. All right. Right. No, you need that instant speed interaction.
I definitely think Slayer's Bounty comes out here because I don't think it provides anything for you. Like card filtering.
Yeah. I mean, it happened to hit the seal away that last game. So, yeah, it was somewhat handy.
I mean, it's a bit of a gamble. Who knows, right?
Bit.
Who knows?
Yeah. It's definitely a bit of a gamble, but I think the fact that the Slayer's Bounty spellbook is full of removal, I think is really its saving grace. Like gives it kind of a shot in this matchup because you need as much removal as you can possibly get because the Boros Dragon list is going to be just pumping.
Oh, it's just threat after threat after threat after threat from turn 1 to turn 8.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's nothing but those big threats. That's its whole MO. And so you want as much removal as you can possibly stand. As much as your deck can support in order to hold off. Because really what we saw in that last game, and if it wasn't for the Cave of the Frost Dragon, I think Torto would have come out on top there because they were able to stabilize because what you want to do is you want to do 1-for-1 removal against the Boros Dragons until they run out of gas because they will.
Yeah.
That's the card draw is one of the things where that deck struggles. Over of Dragonkind kind of being the only exception to that.
So we have a turn 1, we have a turn 2 removal, so we can get rid of Dragon on curve.
Yep. Yeah, the Whelp can be pinged down, which is awfully nice. Yep, and draw another swamp so we can make sure to hit the land drop next turn. Excellent. You love to see it.
You love to see it. Haggard Mauling on 3. Oh, nope, now it's on 4. And there's the Whelp. Get rid of it.
Vanishing Verse. That is exactly what that Vanishing Verse is here to do. Oh, and a Deadly Dispute.
You love a Deadly Dispute, too. You love to see that.
Brilliant. Okay, yeah, Torto is drawing all kinds of goodies. Haggard Mauling come down as a land. Okay, perfect. Because you keep the Deadly Dispute up. There was nothing you were going to do with the third land anyway. Or the third mana anyway. So, going for the tap land. At the risk of losing, or at the price of losing... At the price of losing some removal in your hand. Trespasser's Curse could be pretty good here.
All right.
That's fine. Expanded Anatomy is one of those cards I really like, but it's just not relevant in situations like this.
Oh, there you go. There's Lolth ahead of curve.
Yep. Excellent.
And you get backup Lolth as well.
Love it. Got to make those spoders right away. Get them out there.
Now, see here. This is where I kind of play Lolth a little weird.
Okay.
I would have drawn here, and that's why.
Oh, okay.
I would have drawn there. Get a card off. They don't get to kill Lolth, and then you can you make tokens the next turn, but you still get a draw.
Right.
Because you're looking for that 5th land, because you have the backup Lolth in hand anyways.
Yeah, Trespasser's Curse followed by Rite of Oblivion would be okay here. The other option is throwing out Edgar or the Wedding Announcement. I'm not mad at any of those choices.
I think they're not going to be discarding their hand, so I don't think the Moonveil is an issue right now.
Yeah, it's just another flyer that it's a 4/4 body that could be problematic. Who's the Orb?
Oh, and we went second, so that comes in untapped. Choose and describe.
No, Torto came. Torto went.
Oh
first.
no, we went first. That's right.
Yeah,
Torto
Torto went first this game. No, it's all good.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, that Vanishing Verse on the Whelp, I have a feeling is going to be the deciding factor in this game, because I wouldn't be surprised if the Boros player is sitting with a lot. I mean, the reason that they left the Orb of Dragonkind out there is because they need the ramp into the dragons. Yeah, it's a full price adult gold dragon with the Trespasser's Curse. Fortunately, that lifelink is going to be useful. So at this point, Lolth is an option.
I Lolth here.
Yeah, so Lolth is an option. You could also Meat Hook for 3 just to get the dragon off the field. Although saving the Meat Hook for later and being able to hit Meat Hook on 4 if they cast like a gold span or something like that could be really valuable. So yeah, Lolth makes sense here.
Lolth, and just put out some blockers because you're probably going to Meat Hook next turn anyways.
Right. So make him think twice before attacking with the adult gold dragon.
And Trespasser's Curse does incidental damage every time they play a creature.
Yeah, Trespasser's Curse might actually be really key to this game. Yeah, Technolo's got to go for the double block here. Again, to your point, because you're probably meat hooking next turn anyway.
Yeah, you're probably meat hooking, but you don't need to now. Lolth gets 2 counters.
Town Razor Tyrant. There we go. Going after the white mana source, but at this point, Torto could even sacrifice that and not be too worried about it. Or just take the damage. That's fine too. Right.
Sacrifice the witch.
Yep. Lolth gets another counter. You can down tick Lolth now, create the spiders, and Lolth survives. Which is pretty
Leeches
rad.
again, man. Leeches has just been a house.
Leeches, wow. All right. The spiders online, chipping for 6 damage. All right, this is looking good. This is looking good for Torto.
Yeah, I think Torto's really ahead here. Not obviously with the life totals, but just on board presence alone.
Right.
Like not even Divine Purge isn't going to do anything. Divine Purge gets rid of the tokens, but it doesn't kill. It doesn't exile Edgar.
Yep. Velomachus, however,
can do some things.
Can do some things. Velomachus is capable of doing things. Dragon's Fire can hit for 5, so you have a choice. You could hit Edgar, you can hit Lolth, you could hit...
It's still lethal. They're literally looking for a board wipe.
Right.
So you gotta kill one of the spiders here. Because you want to block Villamach. You want to block Edgar with Villamachus, and then you're only taking 4 damage on the crackback.
Right. Yep. Even keeping Edgar back was an option there because the spiders have menace. Although now meet him for 1. That's GG's. Yeah.
Meet him for 1. GG's.
Moving on to game 3. Who doesn't love a good game 3?
Yeah, who doesn't love a good game 3? Come on.
Let's do it. Wow. All right. That was okay. This is a heck of a matchup. I'm definitely enjoying this.
I'm in it.
I'm in it too, man. For sure.
Oh, looks like Mono Black Tempo beat Gruul Dragons 2-0.
All right. So congratulations. Congratulations to our Mono Black Tempo player, RoseQ, who's going to be moving on to the finals. Congratulations. That's well played. And they're going to take on the winner of this next game. All right. So while we were waiting for this next game to fire up, I just want to say a huge thank you to Hollywood Pizza for putting this on. Huge thank you to the comic book store, comicbookstore.tcgplayerpro.com. Please check them out for all of your magical needs. They help support these tournaments, make them possible. So please support them in kind. We appreciate it very, very much. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in and checking out this broadcast. We appreciate you very, very much. And here, say thank you, my friend, for being here in the booth with me. It's truly a delight.
Me? No,
yes,
thank you, dude.
Oh, dude,
you're awesome. You're awesome.
No, you're awesome.
No. Thank you, and you're awesome.
Okay, we can all be awesome. I think we can, yeah. Love it.
And thank you for the crew back, like doing all the hard work to make this so much easier to do.
Of course, I cannot forget the crew. They make it as possible. They're not only are they moderating the chat, keeping an eye on the Twitch, making sure everything is in order there, but they're also helping with the tournament itself. So as oddities come up, as players are submitting tickets and asking questions, it's really important to have that, to have that infrastructure in place. So huge thank you to the crew for making this possible. Yes, absolutely, thank you. And their information is in chat as well. So yeah, just thank you. Huge thank yous. I love keeping the gratitude going. All right. Zaboris Dragons is going to be playing the Forsaken Crossroads right out the gate.
Yeah,
and
make
Torto
sure we have 2 men untapped.
Drawing the second of 2 Slayer's Bounty. Not ideal.
Here's a whelp. No
There's
removal.
a whelp. This time with no answer. They're hoping to draw that Vanishing Verse, and they just didn't, unfortunately. Even then, the whelp would have triggered once already. Ooh, and there's a Moonveil Region in hand, which is probably going to be coming down next turn. Or just possibly coming down next turn. There
now,
are
does Slayer's Bounty reveal a random creature from hand, or just a creature?
I believe it's a random creature. Yeah, you don't get to pick what it is. It just shows you one of the creatures.
No land? Oh, man, that almost scared me. That almost scared me.
Another Fearsome Whelp trigger, this time with Moonveil Region online.
Okay, so Whelp has proc twice.
Yep, Whelp has proc twice, which means next turn we could see a Goldspan Dragon even if GR misses the mana drop, or misses the land drop. Sacrificing Slayer's Bounty for the Rite of Oblivion to get rid of the Moonveil Regent. Fine line.
Glass Casket.
Choice line.
Probably
yeah, Glass Casket.
Because you can just get a creature, right?
Yeah, you can just pin down one of the creatures and it's just out of the mix. Yeah, Bound in Gold is kind of a super pacifism.
Didn't miss a land. You love to see it, but no dragons in hand.
No dragons yet. Oh, okay. All right.
Or they just drew, what's it called? The Inferno.
It's possible. But 4 mana on board, multiple whelp triggers, and they haven't cast anything out yet. That's interesting.
No dragons in hand?
No
Must
dragons
have all removal?
Or all lands.
No lands from Torto, though.
Right, we have the opposite problem. But double wedding announcement, we've seen what that can do.
Double wedding announcement can really go off. We've seen triple wedding announcement.
That's true.
And
That's
it's in hand.
Stuff.
It's in hand.
And the whelp is attacking here before playing more dragons, so we know they're... Oh, there's the Divine Purge. Getting rid of those tokens.
Purge. Nice.
All right. Triple wedding announcement. There it is.
Now that 1/1's actually a 2/2, but the next turn it's going to be a 3/3. The next turn it's going to be a 4/4.
That's pretty good.
And you make 3 tokens.
Yeah, that's definitely pretty good. Yeah, so this is looking like a bad draw for the Boros Dragons player, because if they had the dragons, they would have played them out. Meanwhile, the triple wedding announcement. Now, Torto is doing a lot with 3 mana. Another Divine Purge, get rid of more tokens.
And another whelp. So they must have board wipe into whelp.
Well, it looks like they may have just top decked that whelp because it does not have the perpetual purple text. So
oh,
yes,
yeah.
It was not in hand when the other whelp was triggering.
Still no land from Torto. Just left at the mercy of the top deck.
Slayer's Bounty has no creatures to show. Ouch. I think Expel looks pretty good here. But they just raise the alarm to get more tokens online.
Raise the alarm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
It's probably like the best card that could have came up for them.
Yeah. Letting Mita go, well, they already have another one, so I can appreciate that. There's Goldspan off the top. Full price Goldspan. However, Torto has just a whole suite of removal in hand.
All of the removal.
All of it. They can do. And so they only have 3 mana, but that's all they're going to need. They can bind the Goldspan in gold appropriately. They can hit it with the Rites of Oblivion. They can Vanishing Verse it. They have all kinds of choices. All kinds of choices, all kinds of options. Now they can even throw the Cursebound Witch, throw the Rite of Oblivion, get rid of the Goldspan Dragon, or just have a 3/4 body online and Vanishing Verse it. So many choices. My goodness.
I think you Vanishing Verse it because you already know they're running like adult Goldspan or adult Gold Dragon.
That's true. So the Rite of Oblivion might be more valuable later. Dragonfire on the token. All right, fair enough. That's going to prevent 3 damage.
Oh man, Torto! I think Torto pulled this out, and I think again it's off the wedding announcements and festivities.
Yeah, shout out to wedding announcement. My goodness. Yeah, so there's the Vanishing Verse, targeting Goldspan Dragon, not creating a treasure token, because again, we are playing Alchemy.
So here's all your 1/1s that are now 4/4s and 4/5s.
Yeah, so really what GRV needs to hit here is another Divine Purge. But they've already hit 2. Oh my goodness, and they have it.
Well, here's 3.
There's 3. Boom.
And still Torto no land.
Yeah, my goodness.
I think you just wait for Raise the Alarm. Yeah. I think Torto sees it too. You
Yeah.
might as well just create 2 4/4s at the end of turn if you didn't,
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, and those whelps are as good as gone. If GRV is in a situation where they're actually going to be casting out those whelps, they're hurting for options. But they're down to 1 card in hand, so they are kind of hurting for options.
Yeah, and if they go to cast the whelp, it comes in tapped.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Town Razor Tyrant.
Take you off your white. Oh wait, no, it doesn't, no, it doesn't take off white.
No, it doesn't take off white, but they do have to take 2 damage or sack it. Taking the damage, of course. Can't afford to sacrifice that. Tap land's better than no land.
And can't sacrifice the white land. It's their only white source.
Right. And they have a lot of white cards in hand.
Next turn, they'll probably play out Sorin to get a lifelinker in play. Yeah, okay, that's good.
Sure, yeah. Blood
Do
Art's
it
going to trigger here.
yeah.
Bound in gold. Yep, so the Town Razor Tyrant can no longer attack or block Adult Gold Dragon. That was exactly what GRV needed to see.
You're going to take 2 more damage here. You have to take it because you need to Rite of Oblivion the dragon.
Right. I mean, you don't really have a choice. Ooh, that hurts.
Now you're just dead to a gold span off the top.
Right. Sacrifice the blood token. Gain another life, which is nice. It's not bad.
Nice. Any haste creature.
Yeah, pretty much any haste creature is a problem here. So that's Inferno Starmount, so that's Velomachus, that's Gold Dragon. Oh my goodness.
And topped it. Topped another haste creature to hit Xaxes. Oh,
wow.
Torto.
All right, let's do this thing.
We're doing it live. This is the finals.
The finals, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing it.
And here we go.
Yeah. Let's do this thing. All right. So GRV's opening hand has got 1 land in it. Double Fearsome Whelp and a Gold Span Inferno Starmount, which is tempting, but I personally think this is a mull, but yeah, no, and he chooses to mull just that. Here we have an Orb of Dragonkind, Town Razor Tyrant, Gold Span Dragon. Good stuff. They're going to let the Dragon's Fire go. Okay, interesting. Knowing that they're going up against a control list, I can appreciate thinking that maybe that's not as important. Given that the whelp is nowhere to be seen, I think you'd need to keep all 3 lands, so that's not dumping. That's not an option. This is kind of a tough call. I think letting the Dragon's Fire go makes sense, given the choices.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And here's am I seeing correctly that you're watching RoseQ screen?
You know I'm on RoseQ screen.
Okay, cool.
And they are sitting on the most amount of removal.
Oh no. All right, this will be interesting. This will be very interesting. Orb of Dragonkind coming in on 2.
Yeah, be able to ramp out.
Yep, definitely useful.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Missing a land drop here.
Town Razor Tyrant coming in. Gonna go ahead and
Town Razor Tyrant coming in is, oh man. So now we're gonna start doing 2 damage. Let's start sacrificing lands. Mind you, no land. But here's a removal spell.
All right, so the Town Razor Tyrant's gone, but
it's actually gonna be
gonna prevent 4 damage to the face. So that's kind of what you got to do. Name red on the Forsaken Crossroads.
Another tyrant coming down.
Ooh, that's a good scry. That's a very good scry. Moonveil Regent, live and online. Let's go. Yep, and the Town Razor Tyrant might be gone, but its legacy remains. Another Infernal Grasp. Moonveil Region is also going to deal 1. Just for good measure. Cursebound Witch. The Cursebound Witch beatdown, not a particularly impressive
18-turn clock.
plan. 18-turn clock. I mean, that's fair. Yeah. Oh, RoseQ is just going to scoop it up because Mana Screw.
There's the Mana Screw, not drawing lands.
Mana Screw with the Town Razor Tyrant. That's brutal. Yeah, at the same time. And so now, GRV is in an interesting situation. Like, what do you sideboard in here?
Well, I think honestly, I think I'm bringing in the Test of Talents.
Yeah.
Because like, where's your list gonna lose here? And it's on removal.
Right.
So you want to be able to hit the Blood on the Snows. You want to hit the Infernal Grasp. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. Knowing me, I probably would just run it as is because I'm terrible at sideboarding. That's my thought. But yeah, you got the Test of Talents. I mean, yeah, Valor Stance probably isn't going to do much here. A Braid could be useful, I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So at this point, yeah, I mean, the Test of Talents could come in useful, could come in handy, and it looks like, yeah, okay. I might agree with that. All right. So here, so this is an interesting hand. It's got all the ramp in the world. Not necessarily, but it's got all the lands in the world, all the lands you could ever want. I'm not mad at it.
Let's go over and have a little view skis over at Rose.
All right, excellent. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Ooh, I see Shambling Guest on 1. Deadly Dispute's rarely far away.
Chooses red.
Yep, chooses red. Scry to the bottom. Definitely good scry in my opinion, given the hand that they've got. Ooh, that's an interesting draw. Okay. We might see an interesting play here.
Come on, mono black.
So GRV was definitely expecting there to be that Deadly Dispute, and they teed up for it and were ready to go, and then it didn't happen. All right. And it's funny, RoseQ, I'm sure, is like, wait a minute, this is a Boros list. What the heck? What's with that untapped blue man all of a sudden? Temple of Dragon Queen coming in on white, revealing the Fearsome Whelp. So the Fearsome Whelp can now come out. Get a trigger. Now RoseQ again, stuck on 2 land. There's the 3rd land. Okay. If you're reading through Voldaren Bloodcaster, seeing if it's worth the block here. Decides that it is not. I think that's fair. Sanguine Brushstroke is going to be live and online. All right, that's going to be challenging to deal with. All right, so GRVI has been playing in kind of a controlling style so far this game. However, at the end of the day, they came here to play dragons. They came here to play big, silly dragons.
Big old fat boys.
Big fat boys. I have a feeling we might be seeing some big fat boys here shortly. Such as this big chungus. Getting in for 5, notably creating the treasure token, which is good value. The Shambling Ghast. Okay, okay. Infernal Grasp coming down, and here comes the Test of Talents. Boom.
Oh, see, like I said, Test of
Yeah,
Talents coming
you called
in.
it. You called it.
And you
Test
look
of
at
Talents
their
on the
hands.
Infernal Grasp. Pretty good. Yeah, Raven Feeble in their lull.
You can't die to any removal spells. You're hoping that they don't find the land for Lulth.
Right. Yep, and GRV is going to take an opportunity to just scroll through the deck, take a look. Take a little look-see. And all 4 copies of Infernal Grasp gone.
Gone.
Brutal. Ooh, and they just hit a phenomenal top deck as well. Doesn't quite close this game out, but my goodness, it's close. All right. Doing some math with the Den of the Bugbear. Now, with the Blood Archer and the Sanguine Brushstroke online, this isn't looking quite as brutal as maybe I had previously thought. All right. So they are going to activate Den of the Bugbear.
Coming in attacking.
Swinging with the team.
You can block, Gas can block Den and kill the Den.
That's true.
And then, I mean, if you want to, you probably could have Raid to get rid of the Whelp or the Goblin token.
Yeah. Now, mind you, everybody, this is the finals. So if the Boros Dragon player is able to make this happen, this game, they will win the whole tournament today.
The whole thing.
The
whole kick and boodle. And that means your horse wins.
Which, I mean, granted, we selected our horses in the top 8, so I can't claim, but it would feel good. I'm not going to lie. It would feel good to have my horse take one home. All right, so Lulth is going to pump out those spiders.
And the spiders can trade for the Goldspan. And then the other guys can kill Lulth.
Yeah, take one for the Shambling Ghast.
You got to swing the crew at Lulth in order to kill it. You got to take the card advantage away.
Yeah, I think that's pretty important. Unless there's a way to go for the win here, which is kind of a tall order. I don't think that's happening.
I mean, you have Shatter Skull Smashing.
Yeah, that's true.
That can get rid of Lolth because it's Planeswalkers too. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. I had forgotten that could target that.
So we can Shadow Skull Smashing, kill Lolth, kill a spider.
Or kill Lolth, kill the Blood Artist.
No, you're trying to get in for damage.
Right.
I don't think I'd go for both the spiders here. I think I'd go for Lolth here. Kill a spider, kill Lolth, swing face.
Adult Gold Dragon's also available here.
Yeah, so you're gonna the Adult Gold Dragon anyways. I think I would have got rid of the card engine because now you're forced to swing at Lolth now. You swing 2 creatures. I guess you can swing 2 at Lolth.
Or if you go face with everything, isn't that because they only have 1 blocker now?
They're choosing to go with the land instead.
Okay, force some blocks.
Just saying go face, okay.
Yep, choosing to go all in.
Yeah, -4, -0, -3. Or, geez, -4, -1. So you don't take any damage from Goldspan.
But he uses up the Raven Femlin before the Adult Gold Dragon can hit the field. So that's that makes sense.
Let's see, this is where, so now you're not really getting in for that lethal kind of damage. And now they're going to have, oh, you can't Goldspan because it's only 1 color. But now they put 2 more blockers out. But I guess you still have lethal. With gold, yeah, with the Adult Gold, you're still going to have lethal.
But...
And 1, 2, 3, 4,
6.
5.
And then 1 Blood Choke and ping.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think RoseQ's got this one.
Yeah, have a game 3.
Who doesn't love a good game 3?
But you see what I mean, though? Like, now that they created spiders, they have blockers, you know, the gold, like, yeah.
Oh, but they can't sacrifice the Blood Token because they don't have a card in hand. But at this point...
Oh, that's right. That's right. They don't have a card in hand. That's right. No card in hand. And Rose is just seeing that, too. Just noticing they should have kept the land. Kept the land in hand.
Yep.
Played the land, and that cost... Oh, no!
Yep, 1 Blood Token trigger is all it's going to take, but alas. Because what's going to happen is when they attack, they're going to be able to block with the spiders. And that would trigger the Blood Artist. However, the combat damage is going to resolve first. Yeah. And so the combat damage is going to resolve. RoseQ is going to be knocked out of the game, and then the Blood Artist trigger
and then
would
you can den here for another attacker.
Ouch. But yeah, I think our Boros Dragon player is going to take this one home. If my stack math serves.
You just den here. Don't get greedy. Just den and swing.
Yeah, I think the swing all is all they need to do here.
I think I would have put 4 more damage to make sure, but still, good game.
Wow, good game. And there we have it, folks.
And we have our finalists.
The Slice of Alchemy. Congratulations to GRVI for bringing it home with Boros Dragons.
RoseQ could have won that game if they didn't play the land. Oh yeah. Man.
Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah. No, that was a good game. A lot of back and forth there. Yeah, intense stuff. So
your horse won.
Yeah, my horse took it home.
Rose Dragons won.
My top 8 horse brought it home. I'm happy to see that. Not gonna lie.
And you know what? That's the first time that any one of our horses actually won the tournament.
Oh, that's right. I suppose it is. Yeah. Love
well,
it.
Congrats to our competitors.
Congratulations to all of our competitors. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Thank you.
Thank you, viewers, for staying in here and hanging out with us for almost 7 hours.
We appreciate you.
You guys are awesome.
Absolutely. No question.
Obviously, let's thank our sponsor, the comic book store. Please jump into the website, thecomicbookstore.tcgplayerpro.com, for all of your carding needs.
Absolutely. And also, huge thank you to Hollywood Pizza for putting this tournament on. Thank you, our friend, for making this possible, and doing so much work behind the scenes to make this broadcast possible and make the tournament itself possible. So a huge thank you. And a huge thank you to our crew, the folks doing the moderation in both the tournament as well as the stream, just to make sure everything is in order. Thank you so much. We couldn't do this without you. Yeah. So huge shout outs, a huge thank you. Also, I'd be remiss if I did not take this opportunity to remind everybody. So there are a number of other tournaments coming up, one of which is a pretty darn big deal, and it is next Sunday. So next week, there's going to be a historic tournament on this channel where we are actually going to be, the winner of the tournament will be receiving an invitation to the Kamigawa Set Championships. So please tune into that. And also, if you've got a historic list that you think can go the distance, entry is only $6. So please don't hesitate to jump in there and see if you can do it, because that's an invitation to the Pro Tour, ladies and gentlemen. So it's a really darn big deal. We are very excited about it. We cannot wait to share that with you. And that's going to be next week, next Sunday. And signups are open right now. So please check that out. And thank you, Hearsay, for being my co-host here in the booth. This has been an absolute delight. And I think I need to go get some pizza. I think it's about time for...
And you know what? Yeah. Thank you for being here as well there, handsome.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah. Oh my goodness. An absolute delight. This was a phenomenal tournament. Thank you, everybody. And all right, with that, are we going to be... All right, sounds good. So with that, we are actually going to find a raid. So if you wouldn't mind hanging on, we're going to go make somebody's night by dropping a big raid on them. So we appreciate that. Yeah, just thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Have a phenomenal night. We will catch you on the next one next week here at the Pizza Box. Thank you so much.
I'll see you all next Sunday. Well, I won't see you, but I'll be around.
Oh, he'll be around. For sure, Hearsay. You'll be around. Love it. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Later, everyone. Have a good one.